Hey guys, it's Peyton and today I'm going to be doing a book haul because I recently went to a book festival called YALLFest. If you've ever heard of it, it's in South Carolina, Charleston, every single year, and I've been going since middle school. This was the 15th anniversary and I was like, how many times have I gone? I have no idea. It's been a lot though because I've only missed like one or two since middle school, so it's serious. I believe I have 37 books. Yes. 37 books that I acquired from going to this book festival. There's book signings. There's also a bookstore that has signatures in all of the books that they're selling because the authors are there. So I either met these authors myself and got personalized copies to myself, or I went to the bookstore for people that I wasn't able to meet, or they had like a ticket and I did not have a ticket to meet them, and it's really upsetting. This happened to me with Ava Reed. I did not get a ticket in time. I forgot and I did not get to meet her, and I was like super excited to hopefully meet her because I love to study in drowning, and let's not discuss it, okay? Also, if you're new here, I do all types of videos on books. Been doing that for like over a decade. I also do writing videos because I'm writing my own book and I am currently on draft 2. It is a paranormal horror and I'm super excited about it. So stick around and please subscribe. Okay, but let's get into the books because I also was able to acquire ARCs. If you don't know what an ARC is, it's an advanced reader copy. So it's a book before it's published, and that's like super exciting for me. There was a couple ARCs I was hoping to get and I got everything but one that I was hoping to get. So, you know, it was a successful journey, and I'll be honest, some of these books I bought on vibes, so I don't know everything there is to know about them, other than there's like one thing about them that like super interested me or interested in the author, so whatever. An author that I did get to meet at YALLFest was Victoria Aveyard, so I got a bunch of Victoria Aveyard books signed. Here's a picture with her. It was super cool. I have met her before because way back when YALLFest, when Red Queen first came out, I got my copy of Red Queen signed. So this is a first edition Red Queen signed and personalized to me, okay? So I still feel really cool about this. I've read this book twice. And I never owned Glass Sword because I actually was able to get an ARC of Glass Sword at a past YALLFest. So I have been with Victoria Aveyard for a hot second. She has no idea because I have not finished the series. It's kind of embarrassing because I read these two and, you know, I read the ARC, so I never even had the final copy. I finally got a final copy. Candace Kitty, what's wrong? So I got a signature for that, super excited. She was only personalizing one copy, and I am currently reading King's Cage because I am finally going to finish the series because I've read the first two twice. Like, why have I not finished it? It makes me so upset. I've just tried to read this one a couple times. Candace, can you stop screaming? I've tried to read this one a couple times via audiobook and it just wasn't working, so now I'm reading it physically and it's working. I'm like actually really enjoying it, so I don't know what was going on with me, so I decided to get this one personalized to me since I'm currently reading it and pretty invested in it. So I got all of the books. I did not own Warstorm, so I ordered this one in so I could bring it with me to YALLFest and get it signed. So it's super cool because now I have a full hardcover set. Even got Broken Thorn signed. And yeah, I'm currently reading it. I also have like all of the books on ebook other than this one actually. If you don't know anything about the Red Queen series, it's like a classic YA dystopian fantasy, and it's like there's red bloods and silver bloods. The silver bloods have magic, but what happens when the red bloods start getting magic too? It's like kind of a revolution. Also already owned Realmbreaker and Bladebreaker, and I really want to get the third one on paperback because it just will match, and they did not have that one there, but I did get this one signed and personalized to me as well because it's the first one, and I forced my boyfriend to meet her for me and do this so I could get two signed and personalized. He was very kind to do that. She always says this is like her love letter to the Lord of the Rings series. I am excited to dive into this. I've only read The Hobbit and I've seen several of the movies, but it's been so long, so I feel like maybe I should have those first to fully appreciate it, but I'm probably not, so let's be honest. Another author I actually met was Jamie D'Amato, and I'm currently reading this book The Good Vampire's Guide to Blood and Boyfriends. I'm really enjoying this one. It is pretty much this guy, Brennan. He is, I don't know what year in college, but he's a depressed boy. He randomly becomes a vampire and he doesn't know what to do. Like, we literally start off where he just randomly got turned into a vampire. So he went to the library and he's like researching vampires to try to figure out like what is true or not with him personally. And there's a cute guy in the library that's like, what are you doing, man? So he kind of discovers his secret, and it's like, it's just kind of chaotic, and I'm really enjoying the vampire world that we're starting to explore so far. So super excited to continue this one. And the author said she was considering, you know, hopefully one day writing more in this world, and I think the world is pretty cool, so I recommend this one. The next book I got, just completely bought it from the bookstore, House of Marion. I literally don't know how to say that, but by J.L. And this was one of those buys where literally I saw the panel that she was on and I really liked her. And all I remember from what she described from this is like people have crowns or like tiaras or whatever that like grow out of their head, and like it's just sounded kind of cool. Forbidden love, possibly having to maybe murder the person you're in love, like, or you're like destined to do that. I don't know. She got me invested. I know it's a series. YA fantasy. I feel like I can just jump in and be surprised. It'll be exciting. I also purchased this one, Girls Who Play Dead by Joelle Wellington. I have, what was her other book called? Oh my god. Their Vicious Games and The Blonde Dies First. I've started Their Vicious Games and I really was enjoying it. Of course, I'm reading like a million books, so I haven't finished it. But I love a thriller. She writes YA thrillers. And can we talk about how cool this cover is? The right makeup can cover up just about anything except murder. So this is crazy. And it came with a cute little print of the two characters and signed. So I'm here for this. This book literally just came out. The main character's sister's best friend gets murdered and trying to help solve the murder. So family-owned funeral home. That's interesting. I'm excited. An author that I actually met is Rachel Griffin. I have met her before and got The Nature of Witches signed, but I read Bring Me Your Midnight from the library and I finally got myself a copy and got it signed by her, and I'm super excited because I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. Like, I really liked it and I've been wanting a copy. I would like to reread this. She's pretty much known for like YA fantasy witch standalones, and honestly that's such a talent to be able to do a YA fantasy in like a moderately sized standalone. Like, you just don't see that a lot, so I think it's pretty cool. I can't wait to read this one. This one, Wild is the Witch. Can we talk about, okay, it's signed. Can we talk about how stunning it is underneath? Oh my god. It is so pretty. So, and I know she has another one coming, and this was one of the arcs that I flopped in getting. It's like the Sun and the Star Catcher, something like that. And I have been having my eye on it. It looks absolutely stunning. I got a free bookmark for it, but I don't have the book. People lined up at like 4:30 to get that book. It was that serious. I showed up at 7 something. It was not nearly early enough. Like, the line was wrapping around a building and only 50 people were supposed to get it. So it just did not work out. But I'm excited to read this one since I haven't read it yet. We'll find out if I like it. I'm sure I will. She's pretty cool. Another author that I have met before. I didn't meet him this time, but actually his first book signing, I'm assuming it was his first one because it was I might be wrong. It was the week that You've Reached Sam came out. He was at YALLFest and he had no line at all. Like, and now he's like such a huge success, so this is so crazy, but he had no line at all. He was just literally at the publisher tents, so he didn't even have like an official signing. And I went and got the book signed, and I did read it immediately, and I did really like it. And I just, for whatever reason, have not continued on to his other ones that are, I believe, in the same universe. It's interesting. You've Reached Sam is like, her boyfriend died, and for whatever reason, every time she calls his phone, she's able to actually speak to him. Like, it's actually him. It's Sam, but like low-key in the afterlife. But where is he? Like, I can't remember if he's aware that he's dead or not. Would have to reread. But this is in the same universe of that, and I believe these are both male romances. So excited to give these a try. They're both signed, and I mean, he was another author that you needed tickets to meet. So like, I wasn't able to meet him anyways, and I am interested to read these. So I was like, you know what? Let me just buy these, and now all 3 of his books I own signed, and I have one of them personalized to me, which is cool. The next one, I attended a panel that had Tiffany D. Jackson, Rebecca Ross, and Marissa Meyer, and love all 3 of them. That's why I went to that panel. And I have not gotten Tiffany D. Jackson's most recent books. I read White Smoke, and then I haven't read anything after that for whatever reason. Though I'm really interested in A Weight in Blood. I think that's what it is called. Like, come on, Bean. Come on, Bean. The Weight of Blood. I know that one's like a Carrie retelling, so that's really cool. But this is her first middle grade book, I believe. Blood in the Water, and oh, his sprayed edges look so cute. And this is a murder mystery in Martha's Vineyard with this, I'm assuming the little girl's in middle school, so I'm excited to give this a go. Sometimes I want to read middle grade, so might be time for that. And then this is her latest YA book, The Scammer, and this is about someone, it's like a cult, and like the main character is in college, and this guy like gets out of prison and starts living with her and her roommate, and he's all nice and everything, but you know, the cult leaders are, people like the cult leaders, they're very friendly and charismatic, and she thinks something really wrong is going on with this guy. I'm assuming we investigate that. So very excited because she is really good at writing a twist. She's really gagged me in the past. So I'm just excited to see what's going on with this. And I mentioned Rebecca Ross. I did not meet her this time, but I did meet her last year, and I was able to get Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows signed. And recently, we all know Wild Reverence came out, and I was actually waiting to get a copy of this at YALLFest because I was like, I could buy a signed copy and not even have to meet her again. And I know this is like a prequel sort of to the Divine Rivals universe. It seems like it's the gods that might have made the connection between Roman and Iris's typewriters. You know how they were connected, they could send each other's letters like magically. I think this might explain how that came to be. I might be crazy, but from the description it is like the goddess of like messages or something, so I don't know, that's what it's seeming like to me. Excited. People have said it's really good. It is an adult book, which is interesting because Divine Rivals was YA, so I'm interested to see how this is different. And I also mentioned, like I said, Marissa Meyer. She's one of my favorite authors of all time. Love the Lunar Chronicles specifically. Oh my gosh. And I really need to catch up on all of her other series and books because she really has a million out, and I have fallen behind. I did not meet her again. Once again, you needed tickets for her, and I failed on everybody that needed tickets, and I don't want to discuss it anymore because I'm sad about it. But I did meet her a million years ago at a previous YALLFest, so it's okay. But I did buy this collector's edition of Cinder, and I couldn't resist it because I love Cinder. It's so cool, and as you can guess, it was signed. I'm like, when else would I be able to get a signed collector's edition of Cinder? So I want to put this one on display on my shelves if I can find space. And it just makes me super excited and happy. I love this book, read it several times, so I felt like I deserved that. And then one of her latest books is The House Saphir by Marissa Meyer. Obviously, just was saying that, but this is like a Bluebeard inspired telling, and I literally don't know anything else about it. But it's okay. You know, I like a good mysterious thing like that. You can see it's like in blue. Something about Marissa Meyer that I was really excited about is she had a arc that was getting dropped. and I really wanted it because I love a mystery thriller, and she has her first ever mystery thriller about escape rooms, and I love escape rooms too. So this whole thing just really excited me. Let me go grab the ARCs, my ARCs pile. So my boyfriend was able to lock this down. He had to wait in a line, I think for an hour and a half to lock this down for me. The escape game. And from what I'm gathering, the way she described it was there is a reality TV competition. I love reality TV competition. Books, shows, like actual shows, I love them, but I love when it's in a book. It's so fun. And it's all about escape rooms. So you watch the contestants do the escape rooms, but the year before, someone died in the escape room, and somehow the body is still there. So it seems like they find the body and they're having to investigate who killed Alicia Angelos. Who killed her. And she actually co-wrote this with Tamara Moss, which I think is one of her good friends. So I'm very excited to give this a go. I don't know if this is going to be a series or if this is just like a one-off thing, but this comes out April 2026. The goal is I have 7 ARCs right here. I want to read all of these before they come out. Like, that is the goal, the dream, my vision for my life. So we'll find out if I do. But this is the top of the list. I'm very excited about this. Another ARC that I really wanted was Young World by Somin Chiani. This is a really cool ARC, I must say, because it is printed like fully in color, and there's a lot of like multimedia elements in the book, and like those also are very colorful. Essentially, this book, I mean, this wouldn't actually happen, but you know, never say never. It is if a like teenager became president because they wrote their name in and then everybody voted on them, and obviously it's against the Constitution, but a lot of things are, and they're still happening. So I'm just saying, this could happen, you don't know. But it starts like a whole revolution. Like, other world leaders are getting taken over by kids, and like the youth are taking a stand essentially. And I started this, read a few pages of it, and it already was pretty powerful and spot on, and talking about like the current issues that we're all facing, like between climate change, you know, human rights, everything that's wrong with this world, and how we're fed up. So I'm really excited about this. I know this is like really got some heavy marketing going on right now, so I hope it can live up to that, like the dream that they're painting. Because put this in young readers' hands, I think this could be super powerful and get them thinking and making me think as well. So I'm excited. This comes out May 2026. So very excited. I think it won't be very long of a read because there's all these multimedia elements. So we'll see. An ARC that I got. I am super excited about this. I didn't even know this was going to be dropped, but I read another book that I'm going to talk about later in this video by Cody Crowley. She writes YA horror, and I really loved her other book, Here Lies a Vengeful Bitch. I just read that recently because I saw she was coming, and she literally has the coolest author picture ever. So when I saw she was coming, I was like, I literally need to know this woman. Like, she's so cool. And I'm writing horror, so I'm really trying to keep my eye out for people also writing horror and like getting inspired and just seeing what else is out there other than what I'm writing, obviously. So Body Count, literally don't know anything about this. I literally just read her other book and saw the cover for this one. I'm like, okay, well, I'm highly interested. She writes like a flawed female character or really well, and you really root for them even with the things that might like annoy you, but like you're rooting for them because why is this world so messed up and doing all these horrible things to them that they don't deserve? Like, we are fighting back. But this one I think is going to have a paranormal twist to it. This is the one that was about cheerleaders. Cody Crowley returns with another feminist coming of age horror, skewering a society that expects girls to be objects of desire with no hunger of their own. It seems like she makes a wish to some sort of demonic being, and the third wish she still hasn't made will cost her her life. So that sounds messy, and it says a motel. I love a spooky motel, like Bates Motel. The vibes are so good. Very good. Oh, and it was signed. I met her, like actually, So it was really cool to actually get the arc signed and personalized, which Young World also, he signed all of these too, which I thought was cool. I appreciated that. This arc right here, somebody walked on the street and was like, do you want this? So I was like, yes, of course. And honestly, it sounds perfect for me. It's called Oxford Blood, Rachel Davis Featherstone, and it says a masterclass in YA dark academia. It is a good girl's guide to murder meets Ace of Spades, 2 books I love, as one girl navigates the cutthroat world of academia to uncover the truth behind her best friend's death. And the main character is studying English at Oxford, and her not quite boyfriend, George, ends up dying and like having all types of secrets that she's unraveling as she's looking into his death. So this sounds fun. I never heard of it before that day that I got it, but I'm excited. Another arc. Oh, wait. This one comes out January 2026, so this one's coming soon. The Fall of Iris Henley by Jennifer Graham, and apparently Jennifer Graham has something to do with Veronica Mars, so some people might appreciate that. I just thought this sounded cool. Is this another cheerleader one? Because what's going on? Am I just obsessed with cheerleaders? Oh, this one got me because it says, all it takes to ruin someone's life is the stroke of a key. Just ask Iris Henley. Her life is destroyed when someone posts an anonymous message on her high school's subreddit. Iris Henley is a killer. I've been too scared to come forward until now, but I saw her murder Rocky and Lynette last summer. So this takes over her life, I'm sure. And like I said, I love a thriller. I love a YA thriller. I love a mystery. So I'm very excited to see what this is all about. It is coming out in February. And then another arc I was able to get is Until the Clock Strikes Midnight by Alicia Dow. This is so pretty. I have not heard of this one, but this is a Cinderella retelling, and it literally says, Good Omens meets the brandy version of Cinderella. I love a fairy tale retelling, so that's all I really needed to know for that one. And another arc. Oh shit, this one comes out in February. The last arc that I was able to get is A Barista's Guide to Love and Larceny. Also never heard of this one, by Caroline Bonin, and it comes out in January as well. And this one, like I said, I don't know shit about this. Seems like a new adult book because the main character is in college. Cozy fantasy romance combines magic, college life, and first love in a sweetly brewed story about a girl with a secret ability who is roped into investigating a company's dangerous product. Okay. I honestly was struck by the cover, and A Barista's Guide, like, that just sounds cute. Cute and magical, cozy fantasy. Next, I have 2 books from another author that I actually met. This is YA Horrors, Empty Heaven, and Now Conjures by Freddie Kolsch. I have started Now Conjures, and I'm really liking it so far. She was so nice. She even said a very accomplished reader, because I told her I read over 500 books, because she's like, do you have a favorite book? And I'm like, I don't know. I've read over 500 books. Like, that's just really hard for me to determine, but I have so many books I love. This one is about a coven of witches, and one of them is murdered horribly, so they're trying to investigate that, and it's like found family, queer witches. Very excited to see what's going on. Horrible murder. We need to get to the bottom of this quick. And then this one, there is a town scarecrow that people worship with superstition. Some people think he really is real, okay? And then main character is going back to the town to visit their bestie on Halloween. This is already seeming bad. You gotta wear scarecrow and you're going to visit on Halloween, and shit gets real quick. There's been a monster lurking all this time. I don't know. I'm going to have to read it. I did not meet Chloe Gong, but I did buy 2 of her books. I've actually never read a book by Chloe Gong, and I'm curious. I mean, she has such a success story. Like, I have to at least give her a try because clearly people like her books, and I'm not that hard to please, to be honest. So this is her first one, These Violent Delights, Chloe Gong, obviously. This is Shanghai 1926, and it is a Romeo and Juliet retelling between rival gangs. I've heard heard really mixed things about this, to be honest. Like, some people really love this and some people really hate it. So I've kind of stayed away, but I'm just curious. I really am curious. So I just went ahead to get the first one, and then maybe one day I get the second one signed. Because I don't know, I already spent so much money, so I did not buy the whole duology, but I love a duology. I won't lie. And then Coldwire, I am intrigued by. This is like an alternate reality, like AI weird ass shit. Some people really want to avoid anything that has to do with AI because like it's kind of feeling too real now, as it's becoming like such a thing in our lives right now. But something about like this was just intriguing, the way that she explained it. I saw her Good Morning America. Is that what it's called? Good Morning America. Yeah, her interview, and it's like, okay. But there's like military academy, that makes me nervous. You know, sometimes I like that, sometimes I don't. But it's following two different women, I believe. Not entirely sure how their lives intersect, but it's going to collide and be something crazy. I don't know. But I literally thought this was a adult book for some reason. It's actually YA. It's going to be a new YA series. I do love a YA. My final stack of books. My goodness. Another author that I met was A.B. Paranek. Just look at how stunning her books are. I really was intrigued by this one, A Treachery of Swans. I have started this one. And this one is like a Swan Lake retelling, and it's sapphic. That's all I needed to know. Literally all. That's all I need to hear sometimes. Like, I'm terrible at these book hauls because some people like truly know every single thing about the book that they're buying, and I'm over here like, you know what? There's that one thing that I'm interested in. I'm good. Like, I will buy it. I think this one, Where the Dark Stands Still, has to do with fairies. I'm not sure if this has anything to do with a fairy tale, but there is a dangerous demon-infested spirit wood. Okay, that sounds crazy. And there is a crumbling manor, and she's just tucked away with this weird man. And I love anything with a spooky, crumbling, crazy, haunted manor. I bought this a million years ago because people were raving about it. So here I am. She was super nice, super cute. A Fate So Cold. I, once again, bought this because I really enjoyed these two authors on their panel, and honestly, they have some really good plots. I also own All of Us Villains, which is like pitched as the Hunger Games, and I love the Hunger Games, so like magical Hunger Games. And then this one was pitched, oh, this is so cool. This has to do with wands, and here's the thing, you know, we don't really support Harry Potter in this house anymore, but something that I do think is cool is the wands. Like, a lot of the witchy books that you see nowadays don't include wands. Like, it's just more potions and herbs and stuff. And, you know, she didn't invent wands. So I want to see more books that, like, utilize that again. And this one does. And there's, like, magicians bond with powerful wands of summer to defend the nation, a duty that costs many their lives. And there's like a summer magician and a winter magician, and they're doomed. They're like kind of like, you know, they like each other, but they're doomed. One of them has to kill the other, and I love shit like that. So this is no love story. This is a tragedy. So I'm intrigued. I think it's gonna be a duology. I'm here for it. Here's what I was talking about earlier. Here Lies a Vengeful Bitch, Cody Crowley. Cool picture. I loved meeting her. She was so nice. Yay. Definitely recommend this one. This is a YA horror, and it's about a girl that gets murdered, but she comes back. She comes back and she doesn't know who murdered her. She has missing memories, but she is determined to take them down, okay? So she is, you know, she's working, she's on the case. And, you know, obviously the people that killed her are like, what? But like, you know, nobody can speak on it. This was an interesting world, the way like the weird kind of ghostly things worked. Obviously something paranormal is going on here if she was able to come back to life essentially to avenge her murder. Very cool, very interesting. I recommend it. A book I got is Death in the Cards by Mia P. Menasala. I read Arsenic and Adobo by her, and I had no idea that she was writing YA now, and this one has to do with tarot. She's in high school, like telling people their fortunes, and then one day she does it for someone's sister, and I think the sister goes missing. So the other sister is like, hey, you messed up my sister's life, like what's going on? So I thought that was an interesting concept. I think tarot was cool, and I started reading it and it was pretty interesting so far. I actually met her and got that signed. Super cool. We're finally at the end, thank goodness. I did meet Axie O, who was super sweet. It was literally adorable. I read XOXO recently, and this is like a K-pop. One of them is famous, the other one's not, romance. So she meets him in LA, doesn't know that he's famous, and then she ends up moving to Seoul, where he's from, and they end up having like you know, because it's like he's famous and he's in a K-pop like group. He's like not supposed to date people, and you know, it could like really mess up his image if he dates people, which is this like a thing? Because like this is messed up. Like they deserve to be able to enjoy their lives, you know, but whatever. So it was sweet. It wasn't like my all-time favorite or anything, but I am interested to read the companion that follows two of the other characters that were introduced in this book. Of course, they were not selling that one, so I couldn't get that one signed. Enjoyed it. It was cute. Loved the cover. And she also writes fantasy, so I got, this was like the last copy of this book that they had, The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axie O. I've had several people tell me how good this book is, and I think it is a standalone. And she literally gave us like everybody prints, and the print that she gave for this one was so pretty, and I literally know nothing about this. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. The Floating World, this came in my whatchamacallit, fairy loot box, and how absolutely stunning is this book. I'm literally obsessed with it. So this is her series. I don't know if it's like going to be more than a duology, but so far there's 2 out. Once again, no nothing. Ooh, ex-soldier Sunho lives in the underworld, a land of perpetual darkness. Possessing just his name and a sword, he comes across the score of a lifetime, a chest of coins for hunting down the girl who wields silver light. Okay, so I love a YA fantasy. I'm very intrigued, and I just thought it was absolutely perfect to get this edition signed because it wasn't already signed in my fairy loot box for some reason. I hate when they do a digital signature, but I get it. I understand. So that is it. Dear Lord, that was too much going on. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you read any of these and which ones I should start with first, because there's a lot to go through, and my wallet is screaming, and lots of regrets, but also not. You know, you can't just get these signed books all the time, and I really like a signed book. Some people, you know, don't really care as much, but for me, I like it. I think it's cool. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like it, whatever. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you later. Goodbye.